The main deck looks pretty good. I actually think it looks quite clean. Maybe instead of Aetherize, you also want to play like another Day of Judgment, but you don't have to. Cut some counters for... I could go down to 3 and play like one more Day of Judgment in the main. I could see doing that. The Day of Judgment seems fine. But it's actually the sideboard that I'm worried about. I think this deck can afford to just take out the Songcrafter Mage and play 4 Rest in Peace. How many white sources? You have 13. And I would just play Rest in Peace. Three copies. Yeah, Ghost Vacuum is like an outdated way to beat these graveyard decks, in my opinion. I understand the theory between like having Ghost Vacuum and you can play 3 steps ahead and make another copy of it. And like that's kind of cute, then maybe it's good enough, but I think you just need Rest in Peace and Protect It. I'd sooner play Lantern, yeah. I think that the play is probably just Rest in Peace and just take out the Songcrafter Mage, because in that specific matchup, you don't need Songcrafter. You just play Jeskai Revs and it's enough. I don't think it feels wrong to take out Songcrafter in the matchups you bring in Rest in Peace, or at least when Rest in Peace is like a card that the deck can't beat, like the opposing deck can't beat. And High Noon doesn't work. I would probably have Stoic Sphinx as well. People are going to board out their creatures. Creature removal. I just don't think you need Flashfreeze. I guess Flashfreeze is against red. Okay, I'll bring that back in. Second Aetherize. What's Necropsy even for? That seems not good. Don't have a way to find it either. Yeah. Let's just bring back in the Flash Freezes. Why does this deck not have Meringue? You're playing Bargain instead, and you're playing 4 Consults. Basically. 4 Consults, 2 Bargains. That is a lot of card advantage. Plus 4 Jeskai Revs. I think that part is fine. And then Mana Base, let's take a look real quick. So, 1 Plains. 2 Village I think is necessary. I'm gonna move the tap lands and see if we can do anything that helps us out here. That is not more tap lands, because... Sorry, I meant to put the tap lands here. That is a lot of tap lands. I would try to do 2 less, if possible. You don't think the bargain is better? Well, the plan is to bargain and then like for lands and then get Jeskai Revelation into the graveyard. Because there's times that you want to find Jeskai Rev, but you also need to find the lands. Like if you have a Songcrafter Mage, having a Jeskai Rev in the graveyard is good. I think it's fine. I don't like tap lands that don't even activate Verges. Well, these are tri-lands. So the theory about around the tri-lands is that if you have a Frontier Bivouac, you don't really need to activate a Verge because you already have all your colors. You know, like you don't, at least you don't care about this one or this one. And this one is adding white, which is already giving you the 4 colors. So it's fine. And then same happens with this. This one already, oh no, I guess this one adds you green or blue. I would just do more breeding pool and take out Hedge Maze. And then we're not playing that many Verges. Yeah, I think you probably could play 2 Sacred Foundries. It's probably a good call. And just take out like 2 Parlors, right? This deck someone gave to Shahar and he's trying to make it work. No, this is the deck that Ali Eldrazi, a fellow streamer, has been playing. And it has been working, but I'm just looking at it. This is my interpretation of the mana base. I don't like counting Jeskai Revelation as card advantage. Well, okay, I mean, if you want to look at it that way, then you have 6 draw spells, which is enough. Most decks are not playing, like, most decks are playing stock ups instead, and not 4 consults. So it's fine to play 6. And curse recording somewhat counts if you have a consult. Do we really want this Doppelgang? No, we don't. We definitely don't. And I'm okay cutting it. Yeah, 3 steps, also after 5 mana. What would the Doppelgang even become? Like a stock up? The multiversal passage, it's probably not needed. Probably just Sacred Foundry. And that seems fine. This mana base seems better. There's a lot of blue sources. Don't even know if you need this Verge. Yeah, I can put the Doppelgang in the main, in the sideboard maybe. And just put in the stock up in the main. I'm fine with that. The other option is to just put a second Day of Judgment in the main. Fine with that. That might be better. Ill-timed explosion maybe. I don't like ill-timed because you have to discard your good cards, and you actually do need them. I think 2 Day of Judgments is probably okay. This looks more reasonable. I want to add 1 more white source if we're adding Day of Judgments though. So if we're doing that, we probably need to go. Yeah, there's Aetherize as well. It's kind of 3. And this deck also has 4 Lightning Helix, and you don't really need to wipe the board so much. 1 teachings? No, I don't think you need teachings. I think you're just about adding 1 more white source and taking out a blue source. So probably just Verge for another Sacred Foundry. No, Verge is one of the good lands. It's actually untapped. Not that one. Overfalls then. Okay. So we were able to trim a few. For not counting Starting Town, we are at 9, which is more reasonable than what we had. Sure. Sure, it's a keep. Okay. Island turn 1 talent. This could still be Vivi Cauldron, but just a version with talent. But no. Thinking it's either that or mono blue, but yeah, okay. Huge Starting Town. No, we did not beat the last guy. Got a little close, but the Winter Night Stories was not enough. They had a really, really good draw. Very strong. Voice of Victory got us pretty good. Double Into the Flood discard, okay? Guess I'll do this in case they have a Spell Pierce. Not that they're likely to, but well, we need Cornucopia and land probably. Or sorry, just land. We already have a Cornucopia. We could do, yeah, we could just do Cornucopia. Land Cornucopia. Seems fine. Next turn, 2 dubs Cornucopia into Revelation, or play it a little slower and play Cursed Recording Revelation. Triple Cornucopia. That we do not want. Riddler hardcasted. Cornucopia Curse Recording? Screw it. Literally can't die. Yeah, pass turn. They might have a braid. Or Into the Flood would slow us down, but they discarded 2 Into the Floods. And then they discarded lands instead of a braid. Maybe it wouldn't, I don't know. Pretty sure they just don't have anything for this. Cauldron, yep. Still not a Vivi in sight. There's a Vivi. And a Prof. Oh, it's bad. Five mana to get Into the Flood and, yeah, bounce Curse Recording. Okay. So how much mana do we have? Not enough. I do think we need to go Riddler, bounce Cauldron. So we will do that. I mean, if I hit Lightning Helix and I get to kill Riddler, is that worth it? Yeah, probably is. Getting 9 here, plus more. We missed on that, but it's fine. We lost 4 damage, but not the end of the world. Sure. So next turn we have Recording plus 6 mana, so we can go double Consult Dude, Winter Night Stories is such a dumbass card. So dumb. And Proft and everything, but yeah. Winter Night Stories. Riddler. Maybe it's time to just do some squats or something. We're playing this deck against this deck. Yep, 29. Is this deck the truth? Uh, I don't know. I'm not sure it's the truth. We are currently 0-2, I think, or maybe 1-2. Oh. And this is a different, like, this version is a little bit different. Tiny bit different. Yep, I'll leave up the mana. We can also gain 4 life if I leave up the mana. Or 3 life, I guess. Yeah, 4 life. And make double consult. Not bad. Not bad. I feel like this deck would want to play like a green overlord. Something. Interesting. That is interesting. Tells me there's a chance we just somewhat die here. Maybe we need to find, like, basically play Songcrafter Mage, Consult, which gains us 9. But why would they bounce a token instead of Cursed Recording when they went through so much trouble? To deal with the first recording. I mean, it's got to be like a wild ride or something. Splash Portal in Vivi. In Vivi Cauldron. Okay. What am I watching? Watching the Disney Channel. Yeah, this is FOMO Wild Ride, isn't it? At least we have a blocker. No, maybe not. Okay, so we take 19 here. And double recording. Double consult. Yeah, sure. I think we win this game then. You feel... Oh, I need to do this first. Whoopsies. Remember. Feel time won't be bad in this deck. Another Songcrafter, I guess. Yeah. And a Helix. Jeskai Rev. And another Songcrafter. Or Consult. Probably Consult. Okay. We can do bounce you 4 to you. Oh, I scared me that I forgot to do course recording for a second. And then bounce you 4 to you. Oh, it is nice. And I'll just leave the rest. Yep. GG. Build time won't be bad in this deck. Yeah, I don't know. The problem is you have to discard Jeskai Revelation, and you don't want to do that. Like, build time, the way when I've played Ill-Time Explosion, you play it and you end up discarding your best cards and leaving lands in your hand. It's really awkward. It only works well if you've got like a ton of spells, and even then sometimes they just have a fat creature you can't kill. Yep. Did I not have lethal there? I don't think so, because I needed to. They had blockers, so I don't think so. They had 3 blockers, right? Or yeah, 3 blockers. I could have bounced. Maybe I guess I could have bounced the Riddler instead of the tap token. I ended up having lethal because I had 2 helixes. It would have been lethal because we drew the second helix, but it's also just a lot safer to bounce the token there. Because if I don't hit on the helix, I don't want to leave him with a huge 7/7. Yep. When it really wants me to do push-ups. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some push-ups after this. For sure. We're up to 20. Maybe I'll do squats instead. Or yeah, squats. Fine. Flash portals. Yep. What was the white instant that blinked and rotated? I don't know. Oh, it's scroll shift. Yeah, yeah. Shift. What did you bounce? A 1/1 token? Sure. My god. Me alone and just let me kill you. Let me untap and kill you. Our opponent is gaming. Alright, there you go. $43 and a Jeskai Rev. Yo face. Okay. Bounce Cauldron for BM. I don't think they're giving us the satisfaction of bouncing anything there. What do we take out? Aetherize? Cornucopia is not the best. I can go down to 2. First recordings. A little slow. They might take out some Into the Floods though. Reclamation we want in. Tidebinder we want. Maybe I just play Rest in Peace and take out the Songcrafter Mages. Especially because they have Cauldrons anyways. Something like this. I don't hate doing that. Going on to 3 Helix. 2 Get Lost. Get Lost deals with Riddler. What else? Flashfreeze? Nah. Rise, Stoic Sphinx? Nah. Yeah, maybe I just need like 2 Get Lost, 2 Day of Judgments, and just take out more Cornucopias. Aetherize and a Corny. I really liked Leviathan. Ali used to have it in his list. Yeah, he was playing Leviathan and Devastating Onslaught though, which is pretty clunky if it's not good, you know? You just like can't play Onslaught until turn, I don't know, 15. Okay, maybe not turn 15, it's like obviously an exaggeration. But you can't play Onslaught until you play Leviathan. And Leviathan is sometimes pretty bad. So well. It's not the best plan, by the way. Our current plan is not the best plan, because like Rest in Peace, so I'll keep that. Rest in Peace is not the most reliable against this deck, because they just go Prof turn 2 and play creatures. And they can even just go Riddler plus Splash Portal on Riddler, and we're in trouble. Yep, like he is wont to do. Very nice. Anything? There's a chance I do counter, but It's more likely that I don't. And I'll take the top land here. I'm gonna risk it, but you just reclaim something. It'd be very bad if they go Ral. Very, very bad. Oh man, another splash portal. Yikes. We have 2 Day of Judgments. Should we just consult for, I think we take it. No, we take 7, and next turn we just die. So we can't consult. Yeah, we have to do it. And try to hit. Day of Judgment, or Aetherize. Not that. Not that. Not good. So if I had played an untap land, we would have just 3-stepped ahead the other Riddler. They still get to splash portal the other Riddler and cycle, whatever, but yeah, we don't have to deal with another 4/6. Nice rest in peace, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're just dead. Cool. Cool. So double day. Anything here different? No, I don't think so. Need to not have them draw like that. Flash Portal is cool. Especially with Thundertrap Trainer in your deck and Riddler, like, that is cool. I do like what their deck is doing, I just can't stand Vivid Cauldron, so. I would be fine playing that deck without Vivid Cauldron. Is that reasonable? It's like I have something stuck in my eye. The bargain just meant to be played for 4 mana? Yes, it is. It is always, and you have starting town, so, but yeah. It is not a 2 mana spell. Or 3 mana spell. Goodbye. Joe, bye. Bye. Alright. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. Imagine like a shoot the sheriff against this, or like a bitter triumph, man. Like if I was playing my mono Boo Wagon deck, we just heist away the Riddler and leave him with a shitty splash portal. Another Riddler, by the way. My god. Stormchaser's Talent. We'll keep the land. Say go. Alright. Thunder Trap is not like it is getting them card advantage, but it is not a 4/6 flyer attacking us, so it is reasonable. A 4th freaking Riddler. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's pretty good if you're playing all splash portals. Sure. Having go. Are you really just gonna splash portal it? Sure are. I just allow it. Consult is only for 4, so we can go 4 deep to find Get Lost, but can also just double consult or consult kicker and find like a Day of Judgment. Is consult kicker greedy? Why? I don't think so. Because if we can still, if we miss, we can still find a land and consult again. So we get consult for 11 total. I think it's worth it. Sweet. Sweet. Maybe we want Rest in Peace? No. Just land untapped. Yeah. Now the question is if I consult for 6. I think I do. Try to find a rev. Especially if we can kill Vivi. Okay, we can't. But we can bounce it. Is our best play if we go consult and then bounce. I'll just do it. Wow, big miss. We don't have a starting town, so we can't actually go. Yeah, we can't actually go Cursed Recording Bargain. Big miss. I guess I stock up. Oh. Sometimes you miss, sometimes you don't. Song is a certified classic. Yeah, this song is great. Alright, so Rest in Peace is pretty good here. If we're able to, if they don't play the Winter Night Stories this turn, we'll see what they do. If double bargain, stock up, it's a lot of expensive cards. Like, I didn't even have double red to take the Curse Recording. This is so many push-ups, by the way. We're gonna need to do some catching up to, right, like after this match. I'm gonna do like 20 push-ups and then maybe squats or biceps or something. Yeah. I think I just have to bargain. Just sit and bargain, try to find some other stuff, take a hit. Got rid of 2 Winter Night stories. Imagine if this Rest in Peace was a betrayal and we had the end. Imagine. West Virginia. Next turn we have 3 mana for bargain if we need it. Tractor Beam? Probably not, because just Into the Flood is a card that exists. Yep. Every time you catch it, it's a Vivi deck. Yeah, it's I think we played it just once. This is just the full. It's been a long match. What do they discard? A null. Damn. Might have to prof Tidebinder. Tidebinder prof, I mean. Because Riddler's about to hit. No, they already used the mana. But also, I believe this is considered a mana ability, so you can't do it. You can counter the +1/+1 trigger and the deal damage, and then they have to pay in response. But yeah, you can't actually do that. Spellbeer, Splash Portal. Draw cards, okay. Oh. They did not play this game super well because they should have just spent their Vivi mana and left up Spellpierce mana. In case we have another Jeskai Rev. I have to Tidebinder, right? I can take 12 and then no. Shouldn't. Maybe. Bargain and stock up? Yeah, I probably should. I should take it. Yeah. Jeskai Rev get lost. Pretty huge. Pretty huge. We go and what? 8 mana? We can go. We draw an untapped land. In Jeskai Rev plus get lost. I think we just have to bounce Riddler. It's very, very risky. Yeah, we're gonna bounce Riddler. Deal 4 to FOMO, I guess, or token. And then try to get a lot. It doesn't matter too much. We draw an untapped land, we kill the Vivi. We did draw an untapped land. Damn. Hope they don't have a second wild ride. How many cards do they have left in their deck? 24. A lot. So we have 9 mana. Next turn, can make Doppelgang for 2 to make double Riddlers, potentially. Or they discard 2 lands. What a match. What a freaking match. I am actually tapped out, so I could do some exercise to catch up. Alright. Tap out and enjoy the Vivi show. Yeah, exactly. They given up? Didn't even play Riddler. What are they doing here? 3 mana. Let's lead with Stonk Up. Stonk Up. Helix. Reclaim. I'm going for it. Planning on playing the powered cube on Arena. Maybe? Could? Heading into the flood. Okay. I may have messed up there. I guess they go to 3 and then you would go for it. Yeah. It means that we're dead. I go for it to, I mean, I could still destroy this enchantment. Pretty bad. Oh my god, stop it. They have another Into the Flood. They just need 2. I mean, this is not going to be a 5/5. They need 2 spells. But maybe I should have not done that. Seems like they had something because they didn't riddle. Could just be a counter. Yeah, they do have a million spells. I agree. Don't think there's no way they can kill you. don't think there's no way they can kill you or can't. Vinso. Yep, keeping. Why is audio so low everywhere today? It's low for you? Like my audio? Be normal. Hello, hello? No, it's normal. What is this brew our opponent is playing? I don't know what this brew is. Yeah, it might just be your speakers. Try to reset them or something. Unplug them. Plug them back in. Finally. The music's too low? I can turn up the music a little bit. I turn it up a tiny bit. If my voice was good, then let's do that. I mean, I don't mind turning it down a little. This particular scenario, Helix or not? Yeah, I mean, I did Helix. I think that's correct. I don't know if letting that resolve is correct, actually. Probably wasn't. Probably was not. Like, we're gonna take a big hit here, and then take another 2, and then take another 2 for Day of Judgment. Yeah, I think I underestimated how much damage we're gonna take. You die way too quickly. Lucky against their deck if they have a Proft in play. Not good. Not good to be at 8 life here. I feel like that caught us up some. We are so dead. Winter Night Story just kills us. I mean, do I really just go Day of Judgment and go to take 2 again? Yes. I guess I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Nope. Maybe? It braided? No. No way. Okay. So we're playing against a more aggressive version with double Tursa, which people don't ever do anymore. But I guess he's doing. Flashfreeze is better here. Get Lost, Rest in Peace, Reclamation, Doppelgang, Tidebinder, stock up, Rest in Peace. Taking out Songcrafter Mages and first 2 Ancient Cornucopias, Season of Weaving. I mean, Aetherize seems pretty bad. Does balance Mako. But I think I could just trim like some stuff. Take out Bargain if we took out the graveyard stuff. Alright. I'll leave in the 3 steps ahead. Maybe Season of Weaving is okay to leave in. What's he gonna board it? Our opponent. Just counters. Basically counters for removal. Counters they could bring in a Ral. They could have something. But yeah, it seems basically just counters. Mm-hmm. Terrible. I guess we'll keep those, but not good. I don't know. Double Cauldron, yep. Is the Vivi deck the best because of Vivi? Yes. Because of Vivi Cauldron. But I mean, there's also Proft. I mean, it's just the best deck to beat because of all the pieces. It's not just Vivi. It just does it the most powerful thing in the format that also has a very, very cheap curve and has ridiculous card selection. So it's very consistent because everything just lets you draw cards, so you're never like missing land drops or mana screwed, compared to another deck that just a slave to drawing like 5 lands on, you know, in a row, without, or not in a row, but like by turn 5 with less card selection. Yeah, of course you can play Vivian Flood, but you're like, those games you would have flooded way more if you weren't discarding lands, you know? Yeah, but like you can flood with any deck, but I'm playing 27 lands with less ways to mitigate mana flood than the Vivi deck is, and it's playing 22 lands or 23 lands or something. So we're at freaking 11 here, by the way. Actually, so much damage we've taken. What do you think they'll ban? Man, we're getting wrecked by Tursa this match, by the way. I think they'll probably ban Vivi and maybe Proft. And maybe not much else. Maybe Kaido. Nemesis. Kona. They could ban Kona. They could ban Omniscience. I don't think they'll ban a lot, though. Maybe they will. I don't know. It's just pure speculation. So, I think they will ban Vivi Cauldron. Like, that won't be deck anymore. Other stuff, we'll see. Bounce off. Kona's design is horrible. Yeah, I agree. I think Kona's design is fine. Maybe. But with Planet Land, with the station lands, it's not. I don't think it's as intended. I wonder if they missed that, by the way. There is a chance they missed it. Or 3 life, we just have to kill every single thing that enters. I mean, yeah, I kind of have to kill this, don't I? I do. I have a hard time buying the excuse that they missed it. Yeah, maybe not. They may not have missed it, I agree. But it's a bit unhealthy. Speaking of, I might just play... some Kona. Magic isn't responsible for 80% of the probability of Hasbro on accident. I mean, true. You think Proft being banned would level a lot the playing field against Vivi? I agree with that. If Proft wasn't allowed, Vivi would not be as explosive. And it would be easier to deal with because there's, you know, you can deal with graveyard stuff, you could play Deadly Cover Up, there's a lot of very strong cards. There you go. We did it. It would not be tier 0. Yeah, I agree. There is a chance that I just don't think that they'll be like, they'll take the risk of not banning Vivi and only banning Prof. Like, hypothetically, it's possible that the format would be reasonable and, you know, Vivi wouldn't be completely insane, but I don't think that, I think if they're gonna ban something, they're just gonna ban Vivi or Cauldron. They're not gonna be like, we're gonna ban around it and let people play. Like, ban Winter Night Stories and Proft wouldn't make much sense to me. At that point, just ban the actual combo. Keepin'. Just like the... Your turn. It would go back to the aggro version with the talents. Yep. Yeah. It would still be tier 1. I think Izzet is going to be the best deck regardless. That's just how the cards work. Unless they get rid of Into the Flood, which might be the real problem. Into the Flood. But I mean, Bounce Off also, Caretaker's Talent, like all these blue 1 mana cards are so powerful. They played 2 Sanctuaries. What the hell? Not used to that. Never seen that before. Actually never seen that before in a Vivi Cauldron deck. I think it's always been a one of. You play 2 Sanctuaries also? Fair enough. No! You son of a scumbag. Arena, why you do this to me? It's fine. It's like freaking scum. Okay, I learned my lesson on that one. Yeah, auto tapper too good, not too. I don't even have auto tapper on. Like I have it off. I just sometimes it's still the right play to do it. We have to draw two. See, I have it off, but I'm just not gonna use it. I guess this is a spell for Unk. Yep. I mean, I probably should just say go. We have the Vinestalk. Let that resolve. Back in my day, 3 mana only got you Bogot Ram Gang. I know exactly what you mean. That card was good. That's the 3/3 haste with Wither, right? For 3 red. Green hybrid. That is not quite game. To play a land. Into the flood. Abraded. Well, that's rude. And not good. And resolves. Time to find some Jeskai Revs. Found him. Found him. Found him for real. Why did I retire and why did I come back? Somewhat got burnt out of Magic, and also the MPL was disbanded. So just didn't feel like playing anymore. And I came back because I started doing MTG coaching, and I got some fire back years later. Enjoyed it. MPL was the Magic Pro League that I was a part of. Back when they were paying pros to play the game. Alright, got it locked. Win this one. Do you think you'll ever bring it back? Don't see why they would. They don't need to, because it just costs them money, so. Yeah, I don't think they would bring it back. It just doesn't make sense for them to do it. They don't have anything to gain at this point because it's already done, and people are still playing. People are still being pros, even when they're not getting paid, so. It's just not the same. Alright, got that game. Damn, I did not think we were going to win that game. Just barely survived. So, double Tursa, double Sanctuary. What else did we see? 2 Braids, but they're probably not going to play. Yeah, a lot of cards we just saw. pros make enough money just going to tours and world champs and streaming. I mean, if you're full-time streamers can make enough money. That's what I'm doing. You know, with enough viewers, enough subscribers, enough support, you can make enough money. You can also make money off the World Championship and Pro Tours. The problem is you can't guarantee every year that you're going, if you play enough, that you're going to actually compete in all those tournaments. So for a professional Magic player, if you can't guarantee that you're playing all the events, it's just not safe as a profession. But content creation is a safe profession, right? It's reliable income. Oh, I think I just submit. Maybe I wanted another the more Lightning Helix because they had Tursas and Sanctuaries. I probably do 4 Helixes and trim something else. Could maybe go down to 2 Rest in Peace. We don't need all of them. And they kept Abrades. Yeah, I'll take out 1 3 steps. I'll take a look at that deck after this, streamer. I don't know what you're up to. And you all the mana, yeah, we have all the colors. Okay. I think a lot of people assume content creation, though it is a lot easier than they think it will be for it to be enough. I think most pros need sponsors to make ends meet or content creation on the side like Mango does. Yeah, but Mango is more of a... At this point, nobody is a pro the same way we used to be. Like, I used to be a Platinum pro when Magic had a Platinum before they had MPL, and you would get sponsored, or not sponsorship, you get appearance fees for showing up in tournaments. You would get your flights included, hotel. So that is what a pro means, which means I could do no content creation and still make a living. Now you can't do that, right? Like, that's what I mean by they got rid of professional Magic. Obviously there's people still playing Magic for a living. Like, I'm doing that right now. But I'm not strictly getting benefits for playing Magic. Like, I could play a different game like Hearthstone right now, and if I had the same viewership, I would make the same amount. Magic is not giving me a dime. So by that end, like, I'm a professional streamer, not a professional Magic streamer. That makes me sad. I want to be a pro player. Yeah, me. I mean, I was one for 11 years. Okay, Cauldron is resolving, I think. We have the answers for it. Yeah, we're gonna let it resolve. Did they ever say why they stopped things like Platinum Pro, just money, or try to do something? So they stopped Platinum Pro, but they upgraded it to... 1 second, sorry. They stopped Platinum Pro, but they actually upgraded it to... what's it called? To MPL. Afterwards, they just disbanded it and brought back nothing. So that's what hurt. A lot of people quit, or maybe just didn't play as much, or just had to get full-time jobs, which ends up being that you're just not playing as much, right? Like, if you used to be a pro and you used to go to all the events, and now you just have to not, like, you can't do that. You have to have a full-time job, then you're just not as committed to Magic. You're not playing as much Magic, and slowly but surely, you'll just be less committed. Alright, Spell Pierce and this. I mean, we can Get Lost and Reclamation. Can also just go Cornucopia, Get Lost, Vivi. Is that bad? Don't have to do it yet. Do like Cornucopia for a turn. Fortunately, they have a 4-4 or 4 toughness. Let's just let it happen. Like, they kind of have enough mana anyways to do whatever they need. Yeah, their last card is a Braid. Sure, let's go get lost on this in response. Just be honest with yourself. I think I'll reclaim and just kill and just exile the Vivi to draw a card and just leave Cauldron in play. That's fine. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh my god. I'm gonna give him a nice. That's so bad for us. I'm 16, trying to start streaming and make the PT, but busy with school and sports a lot. What advice would you give me? My advice would probably be to focus on the non-magic part. Sports and school. Unless you really, really want to make, like, I would say that there's an exception. Like, if you really, really want to make your career streaming, then you could do that. You could focus on streaming. Also school. I'm not saying not to do that, but yeah, Riddler could catch a band as well. It's true. Could. Gotta let that resolve. Yeah, definitely not no one. But my advice is to treat Magic like a hobby, not a job, because they're not making it worthwhile to make it a job, unless you're doing streaming. Just the way it is, like, you know, if you compare Magic to other games, oh, this is not good. Nice flash freezes. Oh my god. Fuck. FML over here. Yeah, I think that's right, Slippy. I guess I have to flash freeze this. They can't play Riddler. Not good, but we will figure out a way to come back out of this. Maybe double Riddler eventually. Copy Riddler. It's so bad though. That Riddler top deck is so nasty. One turn too. One freaking turn. Jaw land. And we'd be able to do Cori Mountains Monastery. Yeah, at least we're at 21. We have some time. I don't even know what your question was, so. Oh well. That might be a sign to subscribe. I usually don't say that, but if you're asking such a long question and was using Cauldron on the Doppelganger on the Cauldron option, I mean, yeah, but then we just have a bad Cauldron in play, right? That doesn't really do much for us. Like, we don't have creatures to take advantage, so. Oh, the one making, oh, I see. I said my advice, as honest as possible, is to focus on your school and your sports, and then play Magic as a hobby. Unless your, like, life dream is to become a streamer, and then maybe you can do streaming plus school, plus some sports, but I don't think it's reliable to to do magic, or like abandon school or whatever, like anything like that. Just treat it as a hobby, and if you get good and if it happens, maybe it'll happen, but don't depend on it, don't rely on it. 7 mana, make a Riddler, I guess. Or sorry, I guess it's 5 mana, make a Riddler. So we play a land, play around Spell Pierce. I don't know. This game is very frustrating. Part of the cards? No, our opponents' draws are frustrating. I mean, it is what it is. Like, their deck is just better at drawing cards. Like, we have 4 Jeskai Revelations. That's fair. Good top decks. But their deck is better in the late game. Like, when both people are out of cards. My dream is honestly just play Magic as a job. I know that's super unrealistic, but I do anything to make that a possibility except give up school and sports, of course. Yeah, I don't really have the best advice there because it's a great dream. Like, I lived it, and it's like Magic is the best game. Just not the best just not the best living. There are other games that would make you, you know, you would have a better living playing other games. But it is the best game I've ever played. Like, long term. Well, yeah, the question is, I mean, how realistic is sports too, right? But yeah, I mean, he's saying he's focusing on sports. If you have a chance to get into the NBA, do that. Yeah, Slippy. Magic, WotC has made it clear that it prioritizes commander and casual gaming over professional gaming. Right. So it does seem like jumping into professional Magic is just like shooting yourself in the foot. Because they're not making it a priority to take care of you. So. Alright, GG's. I guess we can still draw. Oh, no, we can't. We're just dead. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Mono Boo Wagon because every time I lose to this deck, I feel like we just are missing deadly cover-ups in the ends to have a chance. And it's just so frustrating. If you don't have the end, you kill one Riddler, they just draw another one and do the same thing. Or deadly cover-up. Like, that's the only way to actually beat that deck, realistically.